What if I told you there's one single hormone that's pretty much the master controller for your energy, your focus, your drive, your entire quality of life? And what if I told you that our modern lives, our stress, our diet, even how we sleep, are quietly siphoning this vital resource away day after day? So let me ask you something. Just think about it for a second. What's the one thing that, if it drops, it feels like everything else just drops right along with it? Your mood, your motivation, that get up and go feeling. The answer might actually surprise you. The answer is testosterone. And hey, before you think, oh, that's a guy thing, let me stop you right there. This hormone is the fundamental dynamo of life. It's the power source for your entire system, and that goes for both men and women. Okay, so before we can even talk about how to get it back, we first need to understand what we're even fighting for. What does this king of hormones really do inside our bodies? What's at stake here? Well, for starters, you can think of it as the pilot light for your entire sex life. And again, for both men and women, it's the main driver of desire and that feeling of vitality. When it's low, that can lead to that just blah feeling of fatigue and apathy that you can't quite put your finger on. But here's the thing, its power goes way, way beyond the bedroom. It's like the master architect of your physical strength. It's what keeps your bones dense, it drives the production of red blood cells that carry oxygen everywhere, and it literally tells your body to build muscle while burning off that dangerous deep belly fat. And it doesn't stop there. It's also absolutely essential fuel for your brain. Seriously, healthy testosterone levels are directly tied to better focus, a sharper memory, a more stable mood, and yeah, even the confidence you feel to take on your day. It's really the difference between feeling sharp and feeling foggy. All right, so if this hormone is so vital, so important, why are so many of us feeling completely drained? Well, it turns out there are thieves at work. So let's open up the case file on this criminal enterprise that's stealing your vitality. So meet our main villain, public enemy number one, belly fat. But it's not just sitting there. Oh no, it's running a secret chemical factory inside your body using an enzyme called aromatase. And this enzyme has one job and one job only: to hunt down your testosterone, steal it, and convert it into the female hormone estrogen. And this is where things get really nasty. It kicks off this devastating vicious cycle. The more belly fat you have, the more testosterone gets converted away. Then, the lower your testosterone gets, the more your body gets a signal to store, you guessed it, more belly fat. It's this downward spiral that can feel totally impossible to get out of. But, a lead villain is only as good as their crew, and belly fat isn't working alone. It has a whole gang of accomplices, and each one is playing a part in this heist. So let's unmask the rest of this rogues gallery. First up is cortisol, the hormone your body pumps out when you're under chronic stress. You can basically think of this stuff as a hired assassin. The moment it shows up because of work pressure or anxiety, it goes straight to your testosterone factory and just shuts the whole production line down, flat. And hey, if cortisol is a quiet assassin, then not getting enough sleep, that's a full-on armed robbery. Your body produces the vast majority of its daily testosterone while you're in deep sleep. So if you cut that process short, you are literally canceling the main manufacturing shift for the entire day. So I know, it sounds pretty bleak, right? But it's not. Here's the good news. Now that we've identified the thieves, we can fight back. We actually have a scientific 4-point plan to stage a counterattack and reclaim what is rightfully yours. So let's break down the 4 essential missions in this restoration plan. Each one is absolutely critical. You can't just skip a step if you want to win this fight. We have to supply the factory, turn on the machines, get rid of the saboteurs, and then schedule time for repairs. First up, you have to secure the supply lines. Your body can't just build testosterone out of thin air. It needs the essential raw materials, especially key minerals like zinc, vitamin D, and magnesium. These are direct precursors. You also need healthy fats from things like olive oil and omega-3s to provide the foundational building blocks. Next, you've got to send a powerful demand signal to headquarters. And how do you do that? Heavy resistance training. Lifting weights. That's the signal. It's a mechanical stimulus that screams to your body, hey, under this pressure, we need more strength, we need more power, we need more testosterone, now. And look, the goal here isn't just to get out of the danger zone. It's about executing this plan consistently to move your levels from low, past normal, and all the way up to optimal. That's the zone where you really feel the incredible benefits. And finally, we neutralize the main threat and repair the damage.
You cleanse the system by losing that visceral fat, which shuts down that aromatase enzyme factory for good. Then you repair by getting a solid 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. That gives your body the protected time it needs for peak production.
See, when you put this all together, you're not just tweaking one number on a lab report. You are fundamentally rebooting your body's entire operating system. You're restoring your health factory back to its peak condition.
And I really want you to remember this core idea. You're not chasing some artificial superpower or an unnatural state. You are simply reclaiming a fundamental birthright of your body. A healthy, optimized hormonal profile is how your body is supposed to function.
So really, the only question left is, now that you've seen the culprits and you have the battle plan, are you ready to stop them from stealing the life that you're meant to live?